Alright, starting something new, and we'll be consistent with this. So we're gonna be reviewing all, not all, it's just gonna be one trade a day. So each day a trade will be reviewed, and all the concepts and model and entries, stop loss, and exit, everything will be discussed. And yeah, it will be just a quick post for each day, just for review for myself, and keep tabs on how I progress, and keep tabs on like what I'm doing right and what I'm doing wrong. It's all about trying to remember so things don't repeat. Trying to remember so the good habits repeat and the bad habits do not. So one of the key things that I learned this week was exactly that. And just cutting a very few simple um, bad habits that was really not making my trading any better. It was just making it so much more worse. Completely changed how I traded. And this week was September 1st to the 5th. For everyone, it was one of the most difficult price actions ever. And this was my week. 4-day green streak. So yeah, man, I don't know. It's just crazy that how far ahead you are once you realize that all you had to do is cut back on the stupid shit. So let's get back into the trade. So there are a few things here that I added later on, just to that I've been testing recently, narrative wise, and everything just aligns perfectly. So I want to discuss that as well. But I will just stick to the only things that I've used for for taking this trade personally, like live when I was taking it. So coming into the day, obviously NFP days, Fridays, NFP Fridays are continuation models. After manipulation sets in. So coming into 9:30, we have this high time frame for our liquidity that got swept pre-open in the 8:45 to 9:15 macro, and we set these relative equal highs coming into the open, and the opening candle right away took out this consolidation that happened from the high time frame liquidity sweep. So this right here was the perfect manipulation for the day. And the second candle is all you need. The closure of this second candle was all you need to confirm it with the respect of the CE of its order block. So this wick that swept all this liquidity was the order block in this case, and it was respected. So my first entry was right off the manipulation. I entered right around here and targeted, and these ranges are really high in terms of points, so didn't even have to target that much because I just needed very few points to finish my funded combine. So stops were above here, and it was just a one-to-one trade. We just got hit even before macro, and that was the first ideal trade right off the manipulation. And this trade in itself, you can hold, like, as long as the stops are at the right place, these highs are protected now. They are not going to get hit. this order block will always protect it. And if you if I'm trading a live account or swinging, you can hold this for 150 points, or even NFP days are continuations, right? So even London lows 180, previous day lows 200 points, which is crazy. And coming back into the ideal trade in the macro, what we see price delivering down into the -2 standard deviation and bouncing off of it back into the order block. And where do we and what time do we do it? In the macro, the 9:45 to 10:15 macro. And on top of that, we also have internal manipulation. It's a perfect combination of confluences to go on a heavy short position in the macro after this displacement and rebalance. So as soon as this order block gets respected and displaced, you wait for this rebalance candle, enter, stops above, target the 90-minute cycle low even. That's 145 points. And look at the risk to reward for this. 6.4 RR, which is insane, massive. Or you can just target the internal low, get you 50 points, be happy. And the other narrative confluence that I have been studying was something that was shared by Brox from TMU, which is time cycle projection. Basically, on days where the first AM cycle, the AM 1 from 7 AM, first 90-minute cycle in the New York session, 7 AM to 8:30, when it's looking like a consolidation where we are in a fixed range of about 30 to 40 points and it's consolidating, we can use the standard deviation of it aligned with a higher time frame point of interest, in this case the 4-hour liquidity, to gauge what price does at that level and what the following reaction from it, to gauge our narrative and direction for price, to identify the SMR, or the smart money reversal. And that's exactly what happened here. Like Brox himself was explaining a SMR with the exact setup from August 28th, and look how similar this is.
Look, it's a buy. I'm telling you.
Like, this is insane. Oh my god. Look how similar this is. Just insane. Like, the first 90-minute cycle consolidated. The second 90-minute cycle started expanding after 8:30 news. We come into the -2 to 2.5 standard deviation of the first 90-minute cycle, which coincides with the high time frame for our liquidity, or our point of interest. And we see the high time frame algorithms holding price, creating liquidity here, equal highs. 9:30 opens, manipulates, order block gets set in, respected, displaced. Macro, price rebalances, respects the order block, and just dumps 350 points. Yeah, that's pretty much a perfect NFP day, I would say.